Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Highly Talkative, where we get high in conversation and discuss many topics from personal to community to anything that's going on in the world. So sit back, get cozy, and let me talk to you. Let's go. All right, guys, what's up? It's your girl, Amelie, of course, with another episode of Highly Talkative Podcast. Today is February 15th. Is the recording date. You guys won't hear this until the 16th, which is President's Day. So let's just jump right into it. Lately, my heartburn has came back. It disappeared for like 2 weeks, and then out of nowhere, it came back and slapped me like a ton of bricks. Like, the way I've been feeling with this damn heartburn is insane. I literally cannot sleep. I'm popping Tums like it's candy. It's ridiculous. I need it to go away. I have about 3 weeks left, hopefully 2. We'll say 2, maybe, hopefully a week and a half. I just want to make it through this baby shower, put up whatever gifts I get from this baby shower, and then she can literally come, because I'm not going to say she's kicking my ass right now, but the way this heartburn and me not getting any sleep lately is turning out is absolutely terrible. Like, I can't deal with it. I don't wish this upon my worst enemy. Yeah, and it's like nothing. The Tums help a little bit, but I have to eat like 2 Tums. Sometimes I'll drink some milk, but the milk is like temporary. It helps with the heartburn for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and then it's the same cycle all over again. And I talked to my midwife about it, and apparently this is a normal thing. So I have to thug it out, and I don't want to, but I must. um, I have been juicing a lot more lately, and the juice has been delicious. I've been on like this pineapple, watermelon, ginger, lemon kick. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the fruit that I'm picking out that's just really good, or I'm just having a really good time juicing. Um, Later today, I think I'm going to do like a watermelon, pineapple, ginger, cucumber. Just throw some greens in there, and then I'm gonna try a watermelon, raspberry, celery, ginger concoction and see how that turns out. I've been getting my fruit from HEB, and the last watermelon and pineapple that I got from there, y'all, it was so fucking good. Like I said, it was so sweet. I wanted to eat the watermelon by itself, but of course I could not, because I had to save it for the juice. So this time around, I had bought 2 watermelons, 2 pineapples, got like this case of ginger, and then um, a pack of lemons, 1 stalk of celery, and 2 cucumbers. I'm honestly going to try to save one of these cucumbers, because I'm going to ask a football mom of mine if she will make me some ranch, and I'm going to go crazy with that cucumber. Like, I can literally taste the ranch on the cucumber already, and I'm excited about it. The shower lately, I've noticed, has been like my think tank. And I want to know, does anybody else run into this, or has anybody else noticed this after I mention it? I say my think tank because it's like when I get in the shower and that hot water hits me, and I'm literally just in there chilling, like that's where I'm the most relaxed. I think more rationally. Like, while I'm in the shower, I'm able to think about like certain situations, maybe that I did respond to, or that I didn't respond to or react to. And I'm able to think about them and rationalize them. Like, I'm able to break them down in that moment while I'm in the shower and see like everybody's point of view. I'm able to see like if I was really the issue, or if something I did was the issue, and then navigate through those feelings and emotions and figure out what I need to do next. Or if it was the other person that was the issue, and again, navigate through those feelings and figure out what I need to do best for myself. Or if it's just like a general issue, I can literally, like I said, digest everything and figure out if it's something worth my emotions, or if it's just life and I just not need to let it go, but let it pass and just figure it out from there. Sometimes when I'm in like the actual moment, I it's like I freeze, I pause. Some situations I really don't know what to do or how to react. So my fight or flight kicks in, and it doesn't even have to be like a situation that's super crazy, but I'm just awkward. I'm awkward. I get embarrassed quickly. I may seem like I'm like may seem like I have it all together sometimes, like when I'm in an altercation, but sometimes like I really need that moment to like break everything down and figure out where everything is coming from. Um, so I'm really able to do all of that like while I'm in the shower, whether a situation happened 30 minutes ago, 30 days ago, 30 hours ago. That shower is like that me time, that special time where I'm able to just really sit down and break everything, not sit down, but break everything down. I also come up with some really good ideas in the shower to the point where I want to start keeping my phone on the sink. So when I come up with an idea, I can literally just write it down in my notes so I don't forget them. Because by the time I get out the shower, I will absolutely forget what hold on, my son's. Yes? Huh? I cannot hear you. I need a reason to be in the room in the house that I pay for. Because you FaceTimed me at like 10 o'clock at night twice, which was unusual. So I wanted to come check on you. Yeah. Okay. Love you. Y'all see what I mean? Like, why is my son trying to come check me while I just came and checked on him in his room in the house that I pay for? These kids are crazy. Back to what I was saying. Um, yeah, like the shower is just really like my place of tranquility. I'm able to process things that like triggered me. Um, I literally think about everything from the past, present, and the future. That's just how I know I'm really going to make it to where I see myself. Because when I think about everything, it's like I can feel it, I can touch it, I can taste it, I can see it. I literally just have to keep working to get there. And those shower moments for me are what really do it. They wake me up. They what is the word that I'm looking for? They like intensify what I already know, and by the time I'm out the shower, I'm feeling like 1,000 times better than what I felt before. Um so again, that's a question that I have for y'all. Does anybody else feel that way when they are in the shower and you just start thinking? Like you don't even notice that you're thinking. And maybe this is something I'm going to ask you to pay attention to as well. Maybe you don't even notice that you're in the shower and you're going through like this entire thought process and breaking down and really soothing yourself with your thought process and everything like that. Um, I think this is also something I'm going to bring up to my therapist this week when we have our therapy session, because I just want to know, like, not necessarily if this is a normal thing, but if this means anything. Like, if the shower is literally just my place for relaxation all around. I need to start going back outside and, grounding, touching the grass barefooted, maybe go hug a tree or three. Um, but the shower has literally just been doing it for me lately. Um, I finally got the baby stroller that I have been searching high and low for. They usually retail for like $600-700. Got off Facebook Market for 150. It was not like dirty at all, but I still wiped it down really good. I showed my boys the stroller and they were so excited about it. Mind you, my boys are 8 and 12. Well, they'll be 9 and 13 this year, but they're 8 and 12. And I'm like showing them how everything goes because, just in case I need my oldest to help me put her in or take her out of the car, or like if my youngest just wants to push her around or whatever. So I'm showing them how the stroller works, and then my oldest is like so confident. He's like, "All right, mom, I'm gonna try it." He was like, "I don't need your help. Step aside. Watch me be smooth with this." And this boy broke this stroller down in like a matter of 5 seconds and had it back up in a matter of two. I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, I told you," popping his collar and shit. Like yeah, mom, I told you I'm too smooth with this. And I'm like, okay, big brother, you ready? I see you, head ass. And then my youngest, it took him a couple tries, but no, those who listen and know my youngest, y'all know how determined and independent this little boy is. So he had to try it maybe 5 times, but by the sixth time, he got it and he was so proud of himself. And he just looked at me and he just cheesed and he was like, I told you I didn't need help. I can do it. Of course, it's going to be different when she's in there because it's going to be so much heavier. But I was really proud of them and seeing them like interacting with just, I guess, like the things that she has and seeing how excited they are to be a part of that, it really warms my heart. Um, some of y'all know, because y'all know me personally, that I'm really going through this journey alone, sort of by choice, but also because I already allowed history to repeat itself in a sense, and I just don't want to continue down that path. I swore up and down that I learned my lesson the first 2 times. I swore that the third time was going to be completely different. I swore that I was going to be either in a relationship or married to the person I was having my third child with. And of course, it did not work out like that. Um, but the person that I'm having my third child with, I'm not going to say like he's terrible, but he reminds me too much of my past. And I don't like it. The situation happened because I was being fast in the ass. I was, having my hot girl summers. I had 2 of them. And then my mom was like, yeah, sit your ass down. I'm going to give you a baby before in my head I give you an STD or something else that equates to much worse. So that came about, and I literally just let him know from the jump, I'm not about words, I'm all about action. If your actions don't match what your words say, you might as well just get the fuck out the picture, honestly, because I've been there, done that. I swore up and down, I learned a lesson, and clearly the lesson wasn't learned because I put myself kind of in the same situation for a third time. I mean, my middle child's father and I were together for like a little bit when I had him, but I don't count him. My oldest dad, I don't count him either because he's just those two are a different piece of work, and maybe I'll get into that in another episode. I don't know, but I really value the relationship that I have with my middle child's grandmother because she does a lot for him. So I don't really want to per se disrespect her by talking about her son, but at the end of the day, these are my feelings, and yeah, like I don't want to deal with that. So when it comes to this one, like I said, I kind of chose to not navigate alone, but like I said, I told him if your actions don't match your words, you might as well just leave me alone. And he talks, but what he's talking, his actions don't match. So I literally like push him to the side. I'm not worried about you. You're not about to give me a headache. I'm not about to stress over shit that you told me that I know is not going to happen. I'm not doing that for myself. So I'm literally focusing on me, her, my kids, and what we have to do. He's really like a non-factor. Like he'll text me sometimes, and just because of the way that he talks and his actions don't match what he says, and certain things that I've noticed, like when he was around, that just like rubbed me the wrong way. He'll text me sometimes, and I'm like, I'll read it and I won't even text back, or he'll call and I'm not here. Like I'm just not here for it because again, been there, done that. I'm not even going to give you the space to even try to interrupt the peace that I've been working so hard for. And honestly, like I even talked to my therapist about it, and she was just like, I can see why you're doing that, but if his actions did match his words when it came to, because I don't matter in the situation. I really don't care. It has nothing to do with me. But if you're going to tell me that you're going to be sending her stuff and then you don't send it, I'm not fucking with it. Like I will literally just block you because I don't have the time for it. But he randomly like texted me the other day and we had like a brief conversation, and I just felt the bullshit all over again. So I was just like, I'm going to leave you where you're at. And mind you, we hadn't really talked since like last year sometime. But again, it's a me thing because I don't even want to be bothered with it. If it's not about her, we don't have nothing to talk about, to be honest with you. And it's yeah, like I don't I don't know how to explain it because like I said, it has nothing to do with me, but it's like he doesn't really like check on her. It's not like he'll message me and say like, "Hey, how was your appointment?" or "How your appointment's been? Is there anything you need for her?" Anything like that. It's always like, "Good morning. What's up? How are you? What are you doing?" Um, yeah, whatever. But recently, he was like, he was on the ship or whatever, which is why he hasn't been reaching out. But it really didn't bother me because I didn't care that he wasn't reaching out because, like I said, I had already have my feelings in place when it comes to him. So he's gonna have to shift that in order for like conversations and other things to change. But I'm telling him like, okay, well, you haven't really sent anything or anything like that. So this is what she needs for you to send her. He's like, I already got her some stuff that I'm gonna bring down. And in my head, I'm like, who invited you down? And when you come down, who are you staying with? Because you're not staying with me anymore. That ship has sailed. Like I don't want you in my place of sanctuary, my place of sanity, my place of peace that I've created. I don't want you here for a long period of time. So you can get you like a hotel or something and you can come see her for, a few hours or what have you and come help out. But once you're done here, you need to go back to your hotel. Like, no, you can't sleep on my couch. No, you can't sleep in the same bed as me. No, you can't hang around here longer than like 9:30, 10 p.m. Then you got to go. You have to have you somewhere to go because my place of like peace just isn't it. I've worked too hard on this for me and my kids, especially for myself to make my kids happier. I just refuse to bring that in here. I will throw some cinnamon in the front of my door. I will sage this whole fucking house. I will do what I have to do to keep this peace because I've worked so hard and I'm so proud of myself for the work that I've put in to create such a peaceful place for my kids and I. I love being at home, and I know I said like sometimes I'd be bored when my kids are gone, but that's just because the house feels empty and it's like I don't have anything to do, but I love to be at home. I don't I remember there were times where I used to find places to go because I didn't want to be at home. Now I will literally just sit in the house and watch TV or go to sleep or find something to do at home because that's just how much peace I've created in this space. And saying that makes me want to also bring that up to my therapist because no, I think I brought up to her. Well, that was like me telling her how blessed I felt. But the peace I've created here with the work that I've been putting in and everything, it's just not worth me trying to backtrack to see something that isn't showing itself now. So that was like a whole random rant, but that's literally where I'm at with everything. Um, I watched The Burbs on Peacock with Kiki Palmer. Has anybody else watched that show? Okay. It is so funny. It's so enticing. It literally gets you stuck in the moment while you're watching it. There were like a few episodes that I had to rewatch because it was like my TV show this week where I would put it on and sometimes I would fall asleep because, like, let's be real, I'm damn near 9 months pregnant. No, I am 9 months pregnant. Fuck, I'll be 37 weeks on President's Day. So I'm 9 months pregnant and sleep just hits me sometimes. So I'll be watching the show and like I'll fall asleep, but of course like I'll wake up and rewind it or whatever and then catch up like where I left off at. But the show is so good and funny and the not plot twist, but how everything just flows. You guys have to watch it. Keke Palmer did a really good job. Um, I wish there were like a little bit more known actors, but maybe everybody, like maybe other people know the other actors that are in there. But Keke Palmer, I think, was the only one that I really recognized out of the entire show. But it was a good show. I don't want to ruin it too much, but it was basically about like this couple, Keke Palmer and her husband. They moved to her husband's childhood neighborhood, staying in his childhood house, and there's a house across the street that's supposedly haunted or whatever. Something happened with the house. Her husband kind of knows the backstory, but he's not telling her until she starts snooping around and finding out some stuff. And then she finds out that he knows, and then they get like the whole block together, and they're basically trying to figure everything out. Really good show. Another thing that I've been into lately is the Breakfast Club. Like I told y'all last week, I listened to the Breakfast Club faithfully. I'll watch it on Netflix, and then I will go listen to the same episode on Apple Podcasts just all over again. It was the interview that they had, I think it was on Friday, and they had Jill Scott on the Breakfast Club. She was basically talking about her new album that she came out with. But her interview like spoke volumes to me. Jill Scott gives me like that modern day, like soulful, kind of hippie, earthy, spiritual, divine, chosen one. Like the energy that she gives me through her music and just through the person that she is, I love it all around. So of course, like I was dialed in. I went to go listen to her new album, and it just smacked. Like Jill Scott, I don't know how to explain it. I remember there was a clip on Instagram that I seen, and she was like, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. And I felt that shit. I felt it wholeheartedly. I was like, oh hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Because if we have that relationship and I trust you and you trust me and we vibe together and the feeling is mutual and we have this common respect and these feelings, and I'm submitted to you in a way because of the way that you make me feel, and I see myself getting riled up about something and you see it too, baby, just sit down. I got it. All right. You lucky he told me to sit down because he got me. But if it's not that case and I don't feel like that and I'm getting riled up about something and you try to tell me to sit down, I'm gonna look at you and no, you don't have that space to tell me that. So I felt that. But back to her Breakfast Club interview. I remember where she was doing this thing with her fingers. And I was confused at first and I had to rewind it a couple of times. And I caught like the first thing that she was doing. But the second thing, I still have to go back and rewatch and kind of like figure it out for real. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning right now. And I'm literally parched. I woke up thirsty as fuck. But she was basically telling them about when she was dropping her album and the reason why she chose the date because her numbers are 2 and 4. And I understood that because my numbers are 9 and 11. Those are my angel numbers. I see those numbers all the time. When I see those numbers, I really try to reflect and think about like what I'm going through and like what the universe is trying to tell me. But she was sitting at the table and she was talking to Envy, Just Hilarious. I want to say Lauren LaRosa. No, Just Hilarious wasn't there. It was Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Lauren LaRosa. And she was basically telling them like why she released the album, and it's the reason for the 2 and 4. She was like February and held up 2 fingers, and then she put them down, and then she was like 13th. And she put up 1 finger on one hand and 3 fingers on the other hand, making 4 total. So then she was like, so you get it? Put her hands down. She said, February, 2 fingers on one hand, 13th, 4 fingers on the other hand. Those are her 2 and her 4. It made sense to her. It made sense to me. I clicked it. It made absolute sense. But of course, like, not of course, but Charlamagne and Envy were confused. They were like, yeah, I don't get it. And she tried to like explain it, but that part in my head, I absolutely got. But then she was talking about like other numbers and putting up fingers. And I didn't understand that part, so I really want to go back and like listen to see if I can figure out what she was saying. But the February 13th thing, it totally clicked in my head. I understood it, and I wasn't even trying to understand, but it was like as she was explaining it, it made perfect sense to me. It didn't need an explanation from her. Signs are obvious. This is something she said. This is something she said on The Breakfast Club, and again, it just resonated with me because I even just told y'all 911 are my angel numbers. When I see those numbers, I try to listen to the universe and see what the universe is really trying to say to me. She was saying signs are obvious and evident. So when she said that, again, it just touched my soul, because when I see signs, I really try to pay attention to them. Like the week before last, I kept seeing, I want to say it was 111, 222. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. But I kept seeing these numbers. I kept seeing 911, which I told you I was my angel number. I kept seeing 222. I kept seeing 333. And I've never seen double digits in threes before. At least I cannot recall. So when I seen the 14, 14, 14, I was literally like, okay, yeah. And this was all within like maybe days, or all within that week when I'm seeing these numbers. So I'm like, okay, yeah, clearly the universe is trying to talk to me. So I go and I look up what these angels number mean, and they all spoke to me in a way that I felt like my life is shifting right now, trusting in the universe and understanding everything happens for a reason, and the come up that I'm yearning for is coming. I just have to continue to work towards it, because it's not just going to fall in my lap. So when she said that, I felt it wholeheartedly. And then she was talking about how, following the divine, it's a confirmation of what I already knew. And again, felt it, because I tell my kids all the time, like, there's this little voice in your head sometimes where when you're about to do something and it's either telling you it's a good idea, or it's really trying to yank your ass back really hard by giving you like this crazy thought process of what would happen in a bad way if you continue on doing what you're doing, or who you're interacting with, or what situation you put yourself in. And when she said that, I was listening for the interview was so good to me. I listened to it 3 times. The third time I was listening to it, my son was in the car, my oldest son, and I rewinded it and I told him to listen to that part. And I was like, does that sound familiar? And he was like, yeah, it sounds like, what you told me a while ago about like that little voice in my head, because it's true. You get this. And I used to think I was crazy when I was younger, because I didn't know how to explain it. And I never had anybody explain like intuition or instinct to me until I got older. And I read this book. I think my sister Sanita put me on this book. Honestly, it's called Osho's Intuition, and I think I'm gonna have my son read this book too, just so he can kind of understand what I'm talking about. But that's the book that really clicked a light in my head, where I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy, and everything that I felt while I was younger and up until this point is right. I am chosen. I am the divine chosen one. I am spiritual. Those thoughts or those voices that I was hearing in my head, I'm not crazy. It all makes sense. So, yeah, that was like a full circle moment. And then she said 2 more things that really resonated with me. Um, Jill Scott said, a physical manifestation of a dream or an idea that you want, it becomes real. Physical manifestation. In my head, that means when you're doing the work towards the goals that you set, or the visions that you see in the future, they are not just a dream, they become a reality as long as you continue to do the work. So here I am doing the work. And like I said, I can feel it. I feel that sense of relief and enjoyment out of doing something that I love, because I'm a stickler for, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And right now, me podcasting, I love it. I don't feel like I'm working. I don't feel like I'm doing something that has to stress me out, or I have to make certain numbers or anything like that. This is just what I love to do. And I'm a one-woman show. Like I told y'all, I'm producing, I'm editing, I'm putting it out there to the world for any and everybody to hear. This one woman show is just something that I love. It's like I can call this mine, and I can see it in the future where it's going to lead me. I just need to continue to work to get there. I'm going to have celebrity guests. I'm going to have rappers. It's going to be like that platform of like the Breakfast Club kind of, but more solo, more independent, more in the area that I'm in. Because like I said, when it comes like to the rappers, there's one girl that I have in mind, but I just need to get with her to really see how we can get this done, because she literally just dropped something the other day and she put it on her Facebook, and I'm listening to it and I'm like, fuck yeah, like, okay, I see you. Love it. And the last thing that she said is make space in your life for what it is that you want, and you'll see it every day. And she made it as simple as that nightstand on the side of your bed. Take everything out of it, take it down, make space in your area, in your life, in your room. Make space for it. Not necessarily that you are cramming everything up, but if you want something new, you have to create a space for that newness to enter. And I felt it. It didn't make me want to go deep clean my home, but it made me want to go through things and kind of reorganize and declutter and really just see what I can do to help the shift of things for the universe and for myself and for what I'm trying to achieve. So I 100% enjoyed that episode with her, and I just love Jill Scott. Like, after I finish recording this podcast, I might go throw on some Jill Scott radio on my Alexa and finish folding these clothes and mop these floors and just chill today. Honestly, probably start prepping for dinner and just have a nice chill Sunday, especially because the kids don't have school tomorrow for President's Day. I just think that, that'll set the tone for today. Now, give me a second, because before I close out, I want to give you guys a Black History fact. And it was weird because honestly, the fact that I gave y'all last week came up on the Breakfast Club that same day. And I was just like, okay, I see me. But all right, Garland Lawson, the man who changed gaming forever. Most people don't realize that modern gaming, like the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, traces back to Lawson's breakthrough work that happened in 1970s. He created interchangeable game cartridges. Before Lawson, video game consoles had games permanently built into the system. So, like, you had the box, and then they had like the pre-programmed games inside of that box, and those were like the only games that you can play. Um, while working at Fairchild Semiconductor, he led the team that developed the Fairchild Channel F, the first home console to use removable ROM cartridges. That invention allowed players to buy new games without buying a new console, created the business model used by created the business model used by Atari, Nintendo, Sega, and beyond, and he laid the foundation for the modern gaming industry. Without that idea, no cartridge era, no downloadable content, no model evolution, no massive console ecosystems like today. So, shout out to Mr. Lawson, because without him, my kids wouldn't be as into gaming as they are now. I still have a Nintendo in my shed, and I wish I had like the games that go with them, because I have the Nintendo and I have the controllers. I just don't have any games, so I could show them like what it really was like when, we were slapping the box or blowing out the fucking game cartridges put into the Nintendo because it wasn't working. But shout out to Garland Lawson, because like I said, without him, my kids wouldn't have the PS5s that they have now. Real quick, let's correct myself. I was calling him Garland, and his name is definitely Gerald. Gerald, not Garland, guys. So, there goes your little interesting fact. You're welcome. Sprinkle it on somebody big, sprinkle it on somebody little, sprinkle it on somebody who just didn't know, but spread the word. Thank y'all for joining me for another episode of Highly Talkative. Follow me on Instagram at highly.talkative. Follow me on Facebook at Highly Talkative. I now have Snapchat, Highly Talkative. Follow me on that as well. And I am on all major platforms for listening: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, so much more. If you want other platforms to listen to me on, go to rss.com, search Highly Talkative, and you can choose the platform you would like to listen to me on to support. Subscribe, follow, help me get my likes up, help me get my views up. Y'all have a great one, and I will talk to y'all next week. Peace out.